Hey family, welcome back to our channel. I hope you guys are good. I hope you are all still doing well. And if you're new to this channel, my name is Zandi. Please do welcome to Becoming with God, where we grow together spiritually. Family, I know it's been a while. I haven't seen you guys in a long time. This year has been so challenging. I just needed time to myself just to have a look at things and see things clearly. I'm sorry that I've been away, but I just didn't want to end this year without coming to you guys, just to close the year together. So today, what I would like us to talk about is about the importance of giving thanks to God at the end of each year. Just like we do open our year with fasting, and we open our year with visions, we open our year with prayer and ask Him to be part of it, and we ask for things that we want. It's very important that when we end the year, we come before God and we give thanks for everything that He has done for us. I do know that some of us may not feel a need to come and give thanks at this time because of the experiences that you've had this year. Maybe you haven't achieved everything that you wanted, but I just want us to remember that God is not only good when things go our way. God is forever good. He is always good. He is forever present. He promises to never leave nor forsake us. So even if things didn't go our way, He is still with us. He is still fighting battles we know nothing about in the background. So now family, I would like us to just look at scripture in the book of Isaiah 43 verse 1 to 2. It says, "Do not fear, for I have redeemed you. I have summoned you by my name. You are mine. When you pass through the waters, I will be with you. When you pass through the rivers, they will not sweep over you. And when you walk through the fires, you will not be burned. The flames will not set you ablaze." That is Isaiah 43, 1 to 2. So this scripture reminds us of how God continues to be with us. He says that we must not be afraid. It also reminds us that God is not only good when He gives us material things. He also promises to protect us. He promises to be with us during hard times. So it's that time of the year where we need to thank Him for the things that He has done. We need to thank Him for the times where we were walking through fire and we got through to the other side. The times you got sick and you were healed. The times you didn't know what you were going to eat, but you ate. You went to bed with your stomach full. The times you felt like you were losing your mind and it felt like everything was just falling apart, but God kept you. And the times where you were broken and you thought nothing would ever be the same again, but God kept you. So those are the things that we need to be mindful of, that God is not only good when He gives us things that are material, but He keeps us, He protects us. He is good in the other areas of our lives that we may not be seeing. He is always fighting battles in the background. He is always doing something. The Bible tells us that He never sleeps. And you know, family, every time I look back at this year, I'm like, wow. I mean, a lot of things happened, you know. It has really been challenging. I remember the times where when I went to bed, I would pray to God and I would ask Him not to take my life in my sleep, because I would be feeling so stressed. It would be so hard for me to not worry about tomorrow. I worried about everything. My head was just spinning. And you know, I am so grateful at this time of the year that God saved me. He saved me from myself. He saved me from my thoughts. He saved me from whatever it is that I was going through. He was my strength during the times where I was weak. He kept His promise. So it's the little things like those that we take for granted. You know, I'm even grateful that I went through all the hard things because they taught me a lot. You know, it's true that everything works for the good for those who love God. Because from all the experiences I've had, I didn't think that I would see any good out of it, but I do see it. You know, I wouldn't have known myself better without the challenges I went through. I've learned so much from everything that has happened. So I'm really so glad that He helped me heal from many things that I didn't know that I needed to heal from. You know, I believe that God will do anything to make sure that He saves you from whatever it is that you are going through. And this is the time I feel that He is preparing us for something good. You know, if we look at the Bible, look at the life of Jesus, you know, before He came and started His ministry for 30 years, He was being prepared. And we look at the life of David also was a shepherd to a flock before he was a king. You know, he had to fight the bears and the lions before he could fight Goliath. So I do believe that this year we were being prepared for something, and I believe that 2026 is going to be better than what this year was. But one thing that I never do is to say I cannot wait for this year to end, because we don't know God's plans. You know, we don't know what God has in mind. You know, his ways are not our ways. So we can never wish away a year. We can never say that we hate this year. No, we don't hate this year. We are alive, you know. We need to be grateful for that. We need also to be hopeful and have faith that he knows what he's doing, and be thankful of the things that he has done. So in spite of all the horrible things that may have happened in your life this year, I want us to look at things that we can give thanks for. Maybe we are sitting here and thinking, what can I give thanks for to God? And I want us to just count our blessings. I want us to just look at what has gone right, you know. Not only the material things. I know most of the times, because we make vision boards and we have all these things we want to tick out, the things that you didn't put on your vision board, you know, the things that happened but you take for granted, the things that make part of your life but you take for granted, because it's not only things that keeps the life going, you know. There are things that are more important, but we take them for granted because God is always doing these things for us without us even thinking that we need them. So family, I did write a few things down as a guideline of what maybe you can use to give thanks to God for the things that he has done this year. And one of them is to give thanks for our breath. To breathe means we are alive. You know, it means that God has woken us up and given us another chance to live. We have people in hospitals who are fighting for their breath, who are fighting to have a heartbeat. We must be grateful that God has given us another day. We must be grateful that we are well. We must be grateful that we can still breathe. Our lungs are working fine. And the other thing we should give thanks for is for allowing us to be there for other people. You know, during hard times, I know that I always need someone to talk to. I love to, sometimes I just want to vent, you know, and talk about how I feel, even though I have prayed. But it feels good to know that I have someone that I can trust and share my problems with. So if you were that someone, give thanks to God for making you that person, for using you at that moment so that you can give hope to somebody. And those times you made someone smile. You know, we have those people in the office that will come and make jokes and make you forget about your problems. That is a great thing. Thank God that he used you. He used you to be that person that always comes and bring life to the office and make every problem fall away from people, and then you just face whatever you are facing once you go home. Be grateful to God that he used you to be that girl or to be that man. Always comes with that spirit that lifts people up. Also give thanks for the battles you've won this year. Give thanks for the battles you've won. You know, I remember in August I was in hospital, and every time I go to hospital for something that has to do with my lungs, I always get triggered, because years ago I was sick I had TB. So I was very, very sick. I feel like I was close to death. You know, the experience was so bad I couldn't breathe. So whenever I have flu and it becomes that bad, it triggers what I went through. So I was admitted because I was struggling to breathe again, but it was not as bad as how it was when I had TB. But still, it triggered me because I was admitted and I had to be in hospital. There were days where I felt weak, you know, and God kept me. You know, I'm grateful that God kept me. He never left my side. I had my Bible with me there. I always read scripture and prayed to God and asked him to give me strength and courage to get through this time in my life. And I'm grateful that he stayed, you know, he didn't leave me. So I don't know what battles you fought this year. I don't know what were the biggest things that were a challenge to you, or what you went through, or what you needed God for. Or, you know, sometimes we forget, we think that we did things on our own, whereas it's not just the doctors that helped us, but God was there with us. The other thing we can give thanks for is the strength God gives us to keep us going. Yo guys, to wake up, ugoa, you know, going through the most, and go to work and be around people, it's very difficult. And we are not talking about one day, go about something, you need time. You know, you need time to yourself. You wish you can just stay in bed and just process whatever it is that is happening. But life doesn't offer you that. You need to wake up and you need to go to work. So I'm grateful for God for the times where He gave me strength when I didn't feel like doing anything, when I felt like I wish I can just stay home. But He gave me strength, you know, He gave me that courage to go to work and face other people and smile, even though my heart was not smiling, even though I was going through a lot. It was God that made sure that I finished that week. You know, I always made sure that on Fridays, I always gave thanks to God because I know how my week has been. I know the struggles that I faced that week. I know how difficult it was. So one of the things we should also be grateful of is the people in our lives. We tend to take that for granted. Our uncles, our mothers, our aunts, you know, the friends that we have, our husbands, our children. You know, God has kept them throughout this year. We still have them in our lives. It's been a long year. So much has happened. People have lost so many people. I tend to even miss my grandmothers who are late, my dad, my uncles that have passed on. I wish I could have that last conversation with them and spend time with them, but I don't have that opportunity anymore. They have passed on. But it is by grace that we still have people in our lives that we love, that we care for. So we need to give thanks to God for keeping them and for having them in our lives. And family, one of the things that we should be grateful for, which is the last one I'm going to mention now. I know there's a lot of things we can be grateful of, and I believe that with the list that I have given, you also thought of other things that you can add to your thank yous that you want to send this year as we close the year. But one of those things is provision. You know, God has provided all year long. He provided all year long. We might have been buying from our own pockets. It was not by our power or by our might. It was all because of Him that we were able to raise kids this year, give them lunch, to go to school, pay their transport. You know, we didn't go to bed hungry. He provided. So I'm grateful for that. So that will be all, family, for today. I just wanted to come and encourage you to give thanks to the Lord as the year ends. And I would like to share one last scripture with you, which is Psalms 107 verse 1, which says, "Give thanks to the Lord, for He is good." He remains good, guys, even if we do not receive everything that we need. Even when things don't go our way, God remains good. He deserves all the glory and all the honor and all the praise at all times. So let us give thanks as we end the year, and I will see you guys in 2026. And I hope that we start our year together. Thank you guys for watching. Please do like and subscribe. Have a great Sunday.